US, reactions and support continue to pour in following the deadly terrorist attack that has killed 26 people in Pahalgam. British parliamentarian Bob Blackman has strongly condemned the attack. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Systematic murder of Hindu pilgrims in Pahalgam in India. The sad reality is that the terrorist group that is thought to be responsible for this, Ishiba, these are a Pakistani organisation that deliberately targets innocent people in Jammu and Kashmir. Reassurance and support for the government of India in making sure that they apprehend these terrorists and make sure that those responsible for supporting them are also brought to justice. Understanding is that the Pakistani government and the Pakistani military have condoned these attacks. So I'm sure the leader will join with me in condemning absolutely these terrorist atrocities and also making sure that people who visit Jammu and Kashmir are held safely and do not have to suffer such incidents yet again.
Meanwhile, in a press briefing, the US State Department spokesperson reaffirmed the United States' unwavering support for India in the face of these tragic events. Additionally, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has received phone calls from several key world leaders, including Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, French President Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and King Abdullah II of Jordan. All of them expressed their strong condemnation of the attack, offering their condolences and reaffirming their solidarity with India. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that Moscow is ready for a deal with Ukraine, though key details remain unresolved amid fresh strikes on Kyiv that killed at least 12 people. Lavrov defended the attacks, calling them targeted military-linked sites. Meanwhile, Trump criticised the Kremlin's actions on social media, urging Putin to stop. State Department spokeswoman Tammy Bruce says both Russia and Ukraine must make concessions for peace, following Trump's remarks accusing Zelensky of blocking progress over Crimea. Well, US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is set to meet Russian President Vladimir Putin as peace talks between Russia and Ukraine continue. Let's hear what Donald Trump has said.
Like last night, I wasn't happy with it, and we're in the midst of talking peace and missiles were fired, and I was not happy with it. That's what I...
Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky rushed back to Kyiv, cutting short his trip to South Africa. Zelensky says the missile that struck a Kyiv apartment block overnight, killing 12, was a North Korean-made KN-23 used by Russia. Ukraine's military believes Pyongyang has supplied Moscow with nearly 150 ballistic missiles, and it's now used in attacks across Ukraine. North Korea and Russia deny such transfers, but Ukraine says cooperation has surged since 2022. The strike has raised alarm not only in Europe but also in South Korea and across Asia over the growing North Korean military reach. In the latest developments, NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte says it's Russia and not Ukraine that must act to advance peace talks. Speaking at the White House after meeting President Trump, Rutte said Kyiv is playing ball and the next move lies with Moscow. His comments follow Trump's criticism of Ukraine as pressure builds on both sides to find a diplomatic path forward. Let's hear what Mark Rutte had to say.
On the table now, I think, where the Ukrainians are really playing ball, and I think the ball is clearly in the Russian court now.